Detroit is the greatest!
Straight up light you on fire for a Coney dog right now.
Stafford takes, throws, end zone, Calvin, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
In the air, left field, the Tigers march to the World Series!
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing out there? Vinny Stubbs, across from me is the king, Jason Jarvi. Jason, how was your weekend, buddy?
Oh, you know, it's pretty good. I'm sitting here. I got my Speedway cheeseburger, so I'll probably be blowing it up a little bit later.
I don't understand how you do that. That's ridiculous. How was your ride getting in here?
It wasn't too bad. I kind of know the route now. We're in our luscious Laurel, office park studios.
Yeah. I heard next week we're going even further. It's going to 19 Mile into Quinder, folks.
Ooh, yeah.
My weekend was tough. It was rough and tough. Yeah.
How's the lady?
She's okay. We went out to a bar in Livonia, Michigan the other day, and it was brutal.
Yeah, I just stayed home and I hugged my dog.
Yeah, I sat around and I actually played Tecmo Super Bowl for regular Nintendo. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh, with Bo Jackson?
Yeah, but it's got updated rosters, dude. It's really sweet.
Awesome.
My brother, he downloaded this thing on his Nintendo Wii where you can play NES games with updated rosters, so it's really crazy.
Who would be your favorite running back to play as on that game?
Dude, that's a tough question. Ray Rice.
I'd have to go maybe, I remember Terrell Davis. I remember growing up, he was a sick running back.
Terrell Davis isn't in that video game. He's in like Sega Genesis.
All right, man. I need to start this off with, it's called Motor City Rant.
Oh, Jason,
I got to start a rant. So earlier this week, Vanderbilt beat Tennessee in college basketball. And towards the end of the game, freshman Wade Baldwin starts clapping into the face of a Tennessee player. Coach Kevin Stallings doesn't see anything. So in the handshake line, one of the Tennessee assistant coaches points out, hey, you have one of your guys. He's taunting our players. So Kevin Stallings, being the coach that he is, goes over and chews out his own guy, which I think is great. That's what a coach should do.
Yeah.
And he made somewhat of a mistake of telling the kid that he's going to effing kill him, which obviously it's a figure of speech.
Okay.
He's not going to go out. He's not going to kill the guy.
He's not.
But everybody is blowing up about this. You have media saying that, the guy needs to be suspended. He should be fired from his job.
You're right. You know why? Because
Why?
he didn't kill him. Jason?
The thing is, a coach needs to be able to put fire into his players.
No, you can't say that.
I mean, and even Wade Baldwin, after the game, he tweets, Coach Stallings is the best coach in America. I felt no offense to anything. We are both fiery people, and that's why I chose Vandy.
Dude, I'm
This
so
thing should be
tired of
over.
people
This
being
is
offended.
It's such a non-story, and that's why I think it's the wussification of America.
Dude, everyone's so soft. Relax. Stop.
It's so soft. It's ridiculous. It's soft serve ice cream.
I can't believe it.
You
Where
got
are we at?
Another thing that happened earlier this week with the Nebraska coach, Tim Miles, after his team essentially gave up against Iowa, he throws chains on the locker room doors because his players don't deserve to get in there. I think that's awesome.
That is, but
obviously he didn't tell his players that he was going to go kill them. So I think people need to relax. To quote Aaron Rodgers, relax. Also, I mean, it's for kids in America, they don't grow up with the fear anymore. That's when I grew up, I had a fear, I respected my elders. I respected authority.
dude, we were bad growing up. Now it's
Exactly.
out of control.
And
we were vicious. We were ferocious. We were bad kids.
kids just don't have that idea that if they do something wrong, that something bad's going to happen to them.
What the hell is that about?
We need to see a resurgence of, I don't know, maybe we need to see some corporal punishment in school. We need to bring back the paddle because kids are ridiculous. It isn't anymore. If a kid does bad in school, a parent doesn't look at their kid and be, hey, why aren't you trying harder? They automatically go to the teacher and say, hey, why aren't you trying to teach my kid?
It's unbelievable, man. I mean, we're looking at like pretty soon kids are going to just like start walking in the like hallways of school like with their balls hanging out, and they're going to be like promoted, like they're going to like up a grade. Little Tyler walked into the hallway with his testicles hanging out, but we didn't suspend him, we didn't expel him, we promoted him. Now he's in the 8th grade. He went from the 6th to the 8th. For showing his balls. And if he was to get in any trouble, it would be all over like Twitter. It would be like on CNN or MSNBC. Should the teachers and principals be suspended for Tyler walking in the hallway with his testicles hanging out? And we didn't do anything about it. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
I know you're laughing at me, but that's where we're at.
No.
In 5 more years, that is where we're going to be at as a society. And it's really out of control. I mean, people, you need to stop being so soft.
Well, to stay on the ball subject, because I know everybody loves it.
I love it too.
So I think you have a story on somebody losing some balls.
There's a lot of ballage. Yeah, there was a lot of ball eatery that took place in the NBA this weekend. There is somebody in the NBA that doesn't have testicles.
Who? That's amazing.
Dude, listen, let me tell you, I was watching it. You know who Sean Williams is? The Pistons acquired him last week off of waivers.
I know, I saw that.
Sean Williams, listen, I don't like his flat top, and I personally think he should be cut just for having that flat top. It is atrocious. I can't understand how you got to have a guy on your team with a flat top like that. It is absolutely devastating.
What about Cleveland and Amon Shumpert? That guy has got a sick flat top.
Didn't he just play for the Knicks?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I don't like him. Listen, this flat top's tough. Anyway, Sean Williams, I like him for this. The ball, I think it was like a minute and like 45 seconds left in the second quarter in Friday's game against the Knicks. And this dude, the ball was going out of bounds, and he threw the ball like 45 miles an hour and hit Lewis Amundsen in the testicles. And I know he's probably got to be wearing a cup, but dude, the guy didn't even flinch. I mean, he hit him so hard in the balls. I jumped up off the couch. I went, oh my God, dude, the guy has no balls. Even Greg Kelser and George Blaha, they didn't even say anything. I'm just like, dude, and they showed a replay and they didn't even comment. Obviously, that's how hard in the balls the dude got hit.
George Blaha's not going to make that comment on air.
No, you don't have to. You can make it like, just go, ooh, like a cringe, anything. This guy got hit so hard in his testes, no one even talked about it. I'm just like, wow, this guy obviously has a vagina. When he plays for the Knicks, I wouldn't expect anything less. But listen, what I was talking about, the Pistons, dude, we talked about it last week. They get in the 10th spot, and they cannot win. Friday, embarrassing, dude, and that was unforgivable. Stan Van Gundy, I thought they were going in the right direction, dude. I don't know if they are anymore, Jason, dude.
So what's your issue with them? What's wrong with Stan Van Gundy? I'll be the doctor's in session.
Dude, they lost to the worst team in the East in double OT at home.
So what do you think their big issue is right now?
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
Dude,
the guy
stuck up for him.
The guy that we just brought in, who's hopefully going to be our future.
Dude, Jennings.
You're saying that he's our problem?
Dude, no. The problem is Brandon Jennings' Achilles. I want to punch his Achilles right now. I'm so mad.
That might not help the situation, Vinny.
Yeah, you're probably right. But
so Reggie Jackson, so far in the little time that we've seen him,
I had to rewrite all my stuff that I had for the Pistons.
Right now, he's playing 30 to 35 minutes, and when I see him out there, he looks like he's getting used to this starter's role and playing a full load.
He looks like he's getting used to ball hogging.
And he's getting right around between, 17, 20, 22 points a game, 5 assists.
16.
Yeah, I mean, on Friday, he had, I think, 17 points. But
16 with 5 for 24 from the paint and 1 for 5 from outer space.
He was jacking up shots, just like another guy that we let go, Josh Smith.
And he doesn't pass the ball. I know more women that I took on first dates that pass gas more than this guy passed the ball. The guy does not pass the ball. Pass the ball. Pass the ball.
If he is going to be our future, he definitely needs to pass. I think he needs to adjust to being the starter. And it's really going to be up to Stan Van Gundy what we're going to do going forward.
Dude, last week, I would have literally unbuckled Stan Van Gundy's khakis and blew them. Now, I don't know. I mean, you lose to the worst team in the East. Dude, it's unforgivable. Then you bring this guy in that goes 5 for 24. When the guy scores more than 20 points a game, they lose.
Now, do you think there's a little bit of a panic?
No, I know.
Did you watch the Cavaliers game?
Oh,
we actually played really good. I thought Reggie Jackson looked pretty solid, but
they lost.
We fell apart in the second half. We had the lead going into the half.
Oh wait, they're not 3-1. They're 2-2. They lost to the Cavaliers. I didn't even think about that.
That was a rough game. They started.
Oh my God! I thought they were 3-1 with Reggie Jackson. They lost again.
They started out okay against the Cavaliers.
Oh!
You aren't going to let me finish.
No, I will.
Aaron.
I'm sorry.
They started out well against the Cavaliers, and I thought Reggie Jackson looked okay, but they fell apart in the second half completely. Nobody could score. Not Reggie Jackson. KCP was jacking up
in
threes.
the third quarter.
Jody Meeks, nobody could score.
God,
so
I hate Jody Meeks' haircut, too.
it's going to be somebody needs to step up. If Reggie Jackson isn't
Jackson.
the guy, somebody else needs to be able to score.
Yep, maybe DJ Augustine can do that.
That would be nice, right?
Yeah.
So in the summer then, so obviously you're off of the Reggie Jackson train. You might be on it next week, but right now you're off of the
They
Reggie
lost
Jackson
the Knicks
train.
at home. You know who I like?
Who?
Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
He is a stud.
Dude is ferocious.
So in the summer then, we're going to have the option of Reggie Jackson, Brandon Jennings. Reggie Jackson we're going to have to either sign because he's a free agent at the end of the year.
know.
And then we got Brandon Jennings for one more year.
We'll see how it turns out.
If you're
I'm not signing him for. He wants $15 million a year. Is that what you said?
something about that, he's gonna want max money. So here, let's play a game, Vinny. Put on Stan Van Gundy's polo and his nice sport coat. Reggie Jackson or Brandon Jennings. Do you try and sign and trade Reggie Jackson, and you'll probably get more for Reggie Jackson right now, or do you try and shop around Brandon Jennings, who you're probably not going to get as much because he's coming off an Achilles tear, and who knows what he's going to be?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what really sucks is I'm so pissed off right now about Friday's game. I don't know. You got to let it play out. That's what sucks. I want to punch a hole in the wall. I want to do a cannonball off my balcony. But I don't know. You got to let it play out. It sucks, but they're playing like garbage. And we talked about it last week. They get in the 10 spot, and then they fold, and then they lose. Their next three games, at Washington, at New Orleans, at Houston. They just lost to the Knicks at home. That was a must-win game. You want to get in the 8th and final playoff spot, dude, you got to beat the Knicks at home, dude. People spent money yesterday to go to that game. I don't even care if it was $3. You got to pay for parking, and then you got to go sit down and watch that. I thought they were in the right direction. I almost went to that game, dude. Mm-hmm. I literally almost went to that game.
Well, you would have had a good show if they had double overtime.
A good show. The Knicks were 10-47, 10-46. Who cares? The worst team ever. And Derek Fisher, you're fired. I don't even care. I'm firing you right now. Why are the Pistons so terrible in the third quarter? And Jackson passed the ball. Another thing. Tayshaun Prince doesn't want to be here, dude. I've seen a lot of balls being scored on him.
Well, I think Tayshaun is also, he was unhappy.
He just stands there. So what? You're getting paid. Play the game you love. They're heading in the right direction, maybe. I don't know when you got a guy like Sean Williams in that flat top.
If you're a veteran and you're traded to a team like the Boston Celtics, and you're figuring
they suck too.
You're figuring that you're either gonna get bought out or you're at least gonna stay the rest of the year with Boston. If you get bought out, you can go to a team like the Clippers and hopefully get more success as a player. But then at the trade deadline, you find, oh, hey, you're going to be traded, and you're going to be traded to your former team, who is garbage right now.
They're not garbage, though. The Celtics are way more garbage than they are.
I like right now, because of all their trades they made, I do like the Celtics. I like what they have. I like Isaiah Thomas. They got Jerebko.
Yeah.
They got, Jay
They got
Crowder?
Jerebko.
I know.
So what?
Dude, I think you were blowing Jerebko last week.
I never blew Jerebko. You told me they released a bunch of white guys, and what a pity. No, dude, I don't know, because it just keeps happening. Greg Monroe Friday night had a double-double, 28 points, 13 rebounds.
Well, I think here's my...
But it's always against a garbage team.
Here's my thought. I think if we keep Brandon Jennings, we don't know what we're going to get next year when he comes back or when he's going to come back.
Dude.
And we definitely aren't going to get anything for him in the trade because nobody's going to want to take that risk. They're not going to want to take a flyer on a guy who has 1 year left. I mean, the only team that might want to trade is a team that's just looking for an expiring contract. But then we probably wouldn't be looking at moving Brandon Jennings until the trade deadline next year.
Right.
I think if we're going to get anything for anybody, it's going to be Reggie Jackson.
Oh, dude, they got to play it out.
So the Pistons are in a precarious position regardless. When we come back, we're going to go into Reggie Bush, the Lions let him go, and we're going to dive into the Lions depth chart.
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportspodcast.com.
definitely check out the guys at the Detroit Sports Nation, DetroitSportsNation.com. Great website. They are unbelievable. They are killing it on Facebook. Give them a like at their Facebook page, Detroit Sports Nation, and definitely check out their website, DetroitSportsNation.com. Our collaboration with them has been excellent, and they continue to be a strong presence here on the podcast because they bring the noise and they have great content. So thank you guys again. We can't thank you enough.
You're the future of our business, and I know when you guys have a podcast like this, our future is in good hands.
You got to check out their stuff. I mean, I'm really impressed by it. You guys have probably one of the better ones I've seen in the country.
Wow.
In a short period of time, you've done good work. Look at me kissing your hand.
I know.
So the Lions, they let go of Reggie Bush this week. So what do you think? Good or bad move?
Good. I thought they were going to wait till June to save up money on their cap space, but if they want to go in a different direction immediately, it looks like they're going to draft the running back in the first round.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good move. I liked Reggie Bush when they signed him 2 years ago.
Yeah, so did I.
And I thought he was going to come in. I thought he was going to be the change of pace back that we thought that Jarvi Best was, who, of course, his career was ruined by concussions. He was fast. I remember watching him on some of those games. He was ridiculous. But Reggie Bush, he had the one good year. He had just over 1,000 yards. But last year, he just looked like he was breaking down.
Dude, come on, Reggie Bush. I wish you the best, man. Get it together, dude.
Yeah, he was injury prone. He missed 2 games in 2013. He missed 5 games last year.
He only missed 5 games last year?
Yeah.
God, he must have not had much of a presence
He
at
had
all.
some of his worst. He had his worst numbers in the past 5 years. He only had
297 yards rushing.
297 rushing, 253 receiving, and 2 total touchdowns. He had a touchdown in the playoff game, but he wasn't good when he went out there. I thought he was going to get hurt.
Reggie, I love you, man. Dude, I thought you were going to be a monster. Shame on you.
I think when he was drafted by New Orleans, I thought he was sick, and he had the flashes of greatness.
Reggie.
I remember watching that Monday night game where I think he ran back 2 punt return touchdowns. It was ridiculous, and he almost ran back another one. It's just he's not there, and he's not the running back that we need. I mean, if we could somehow maybe bring him back for less money, which he's going to get a contract somewhere because he's still a serviceable running back.
Dude,
he'll be somebody's depth chart problem. If we could bring him back for the veteran minimum, maybe, but I think the Lions need to head in a different direction.
Immediately.
So let's look at the Lions' current running backs right now. They have Joik Bell.
He's okay.
They have Theo Riddick.
I'm not sold.
George Wynn.
Dude, get out of town right now.
The Australian rugby star just signed to a futures contract, Jared Hayne.
Oh, my God. I'd literally rather have Dan Orlowski at running back.
You have him running out of the backfield.
Who
for,
the hell
safety.
is that? That is so offensive. Jared Hayne? Look how he spells it. He spells it with a Y.
Yeah, Jarryd.
Just on principle, you're cut.
I think he's an interesting option. He's kickalicious.
I was just thinking about kickalicious.
It's the same thing. You're bringing in this guy that nobody knows about, and
Jared Hayne.
He
sounds like a porn star.
I've watched a few of his highlight videos on YouTube, which the guy looks like he's running past everyone.
Is he a white dude or a black dude?
He's a white dude.
Oh, cut him.
That's the thing.
Cut him now.
In rugby, yeah, he's running by everybody, but he's not going up against.
Only the Lions would sign a rugby guy.
He's not going up against top tier athletes. Like, he's not going to go over the middle against Ray Lewis. He's not going to go against the middle.
He ain't going to go in the middle against anybody.
So, yeah, that'll be interesting. So,
except for rugby.
Joik Bell, I think he's a serviceable running back. He proved that he can be a goal line back. He had 8 touchdowns this year, which, I mean, that's all you can really ask for from a guy who's going to...
Joik?
Yeah.
I like him, but when he scores a touchdown, that hip hop hooray, whatever that thing he does in the end zone, that's got to go away, dude. Come on. It's literally like WWF. He scores a touchdown and everybody in the crowd just like starts waving their hands back and forth. Like, dude, get your ass on the sideline.
Well, if he expects to have a bigger role in this offense, he needs to improve his yards per carry, because right now, last season and the year before,
3.6?
3.9.
Oh, that's not
good.
It's not good. It's not that bad.
You want to see a guy get at least 4.5 to 5 yards per carry. That's an interesting option. So let's look at the Lions running backs that we still have, though. Theo Riddick. He was used primarily as a receiving threat.
I don't mind Theo Riddick, but he didn't do anything last year. He caught that one sweet-ass overthrown pass by Matt Stafford against Atlanta and London. That's the only thing I remember out of him.
He was an option out of the backfield as a receiver. and we don't really know what he can do as a runner. He didn't really have that opportunity. They either gave it to Joik Bell or they brought in
Reggie Ankles.
Exactly. So the Lions do like him when they drafted him pretty high in the draft, but they're unsure if we can handle the running ball. I think we could be in for a long season.
God, I hate everybody in Detroit named Reggie right now.
If we do rely on him to be that game breaker.
Theo?
Yeah, if we have to rely on him, we could be looking at a long season.
No, yeah, you can't, dude. I mean, I'd rather have Theo Gridiron out there counting on him.
And I know how you feel about Jared Hane already. What about George Wynn?
I think he used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. George Wynn, no.
He's just it's a guy that we don't know about.
I seen him. They handed the ball. I seen him play against the Miami Dolphins last year in that grueling game, and they came back and won like 24-20. So I wasn't really impressed with George Wynn, dude.
So then first we're going to look at free agency. There's a couple names out there who could come in and fill that spot, but all of them have their own baggage. You have CJ Spiller.
I love him, but he gets hurt. But I really like him, dude.
Yeah. Darren McFadden.
No.
Same thing. He gets hurt all the time.
And he's old, dude. Come on, man. You played for the Raiders your whole career. You're Raiderized.
Yeah, Chris
We're
Johnson.
Trying to get away from... No way.
Yeah, he's a head case. He's definitely...
The guy that played for the Titans and the Jets?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, he's definitely got some issues in the locker room, and he was recently
he's completely
arrested.
Finished. Again?
Yeah, he was recently arrested.
And I don't think the guy has... If you gave him an IQ test, I'm pretty sure it would come back negative.
So then the last big option would be Ray Rice.
Yes! Yes! It's right there!
Ray Rice is an interesting option.
Dude, he's proven. He's a winner. Didn't they win a Super Bowl with him at back? Yeah. There's another guy you can add with a ring.
Who?
Ray Rice. Golden Tate's got a ring. So what? You punched your old lady in an elevator. So what? My old lady hit me in the face last Friday in a bar in the bathroom. You don't see that on the news.
Ray and his lady,
she's gonna go to work. She's gonna go to work, and everybody's gonna glorify her after she rocked my jaw in the bathroom on Friday night.
Hey, that's unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. But we can't sign Ray Rice. You're gonna hit the boo button on me. Ray Rice is a monster. Come on, dude, get it together. Ray Rice is right here.
So I do think Ray Rice is a really good option out there,
dude. It's the best. How much do you want to bet he goes to a contender and immediately makes an impact?
Definitely,
dude. Sign him.
But with the Lions' track record and with the way Caldwell's running things, I think more than likely we're going to see them try and pick that flash in the pan up in the draft. The one guy that I really like, Jeremy Langford from Michigan State. I think he's going to be a beast.
I would, you know what? I would like to argue with you, but
the guy that he reminds me the most of is another Michigan State running back, Le'Veon Bell, who when he came out in the draft, he didn't really wow people at the combine. He went in the second round. And now the guy is he's sick on the field.
The guy is so good.
Yeah, he's a runner and he passes. I think he had like 800 yards receiving. And he's the big back this year. In fantasy leagues, he's probably going to be one of the top 3 backs that are going to be drafted.
But what about the offensive line, though? I mean, are you going to address that?
I think that's where they need to address it in the draft. I think first round, they should be going offensive line.
Langford's going to go in the first round, ain't he?
Langford's not going in the first round.
Oh, you don't think so?
No way.
Oh, second or third, huh?
Yeah, second or third round, which I think that's where the Lions should look at drafting that guy.
I don't know anything.
So other guys that we may look at later in the draft who could also, I don't think they'd be as good as Langford.
Charles Rogers.
They're not going to be as good as Langford, but they can provide the same type of player that Reggie Bush was.
I don't know what they're doing.
Who's just younger.
If you want to run the ball, you got to go out there and make the phone call. Kevin Smith, you drafted him in 2008. The guy was an absolute stud. He was the great. I'm kidding.
So here's some names. I had Duke Johnson from Miami, Amir Abdullah from Nebraska.
I hate these names.
And TJ Yeldon from Alabama. All those guys are similar. They all are, Duke Johnson and Abdullah are smaller backs, and they got the speed, but they also have ball handling issues.
So does John.
Don't you open your mouth about the best, or I'm going to set it for you real quick.
All right, let's switch it up. Let's go to the other skill position of the Lions. Let's look at the Lions quarterback situation. We got Matt Stafford, Dan Orlovsky, Kellen Moore right now. Orlovsky, he's a free agent. Hopefully we aren't re-signing him.
Everything is so funny right now.
But our starter right now, Matt Stafford, he's essentially the franchise whether we want it or not. Wouldn't you agree?
Matthew Stafford.
He's the best quarterback that we've had in forever.
Yeah, I don't ever remember anybody throwing like him, but you need to get somebody that's going to light a fire up under his ass.
Exactly.
He does whatever he wants, and he knows there's not going to be any repercussions.
I think the stuff that skews his image is that he has similar stats to great quarterbacks. He has similar stats to...
They're all meaningless.
Exactly. He has similar stats to Andrew Luck. But the big thing, he doesn't have the 3 playoff wins that Andrew Luck has.
I think last year in 2014, you got the real Matt Stafford. That's what he's going to do. 22 touchdowns, give or take, hopefully give, and then 20 turnovers.
He only had 18 turnovers. And he had
20 turnovers, 12 interceptions, and 6 fumbles.
18. Yeah, dude, come on, man.
God.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God.
What's 12 plus 6?
18. I just did that.
Oh,
he didn't have 8 fumbles. He had 6.
Oh, God.
That's 18. Listen, I was hungover last week. Oh, my God. Did I say that?
You did.
Oh,
so,
dude.
I'd love to see less turnovers by Stafford. The fact is, he's not a precision guy. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to be.
Just say it. He's a lion.
He is a lion.
Okay.
But he's our lion, and we love him for that.
I love him, but I hate him too.
He's the guy who's going to go out there, and he's going to make a ridiculous throw that you've never seen before.
And he's also the guy that's going to go out there in the wild card and fumble the ball 2 times in the final possession.
So then that goes to our backups. We got Orlovsky.
And you throw the ball to Brandon Pettigrew.
We got Dan Orlovsky.
Why would you throw it to Brandon Pettigrew?
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky.
Couldn't catch herpes.
Kellen Moore.
In Cuba.
If we have to rely on those guys to actually come in and start a game for us, we're screwed.
God, dude.
We're going to go 0-16.
Oh, my God. Dan Orlovsky, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, you kind of got to go. And Kellen Moore, dude, what was he, like 5'10"?
Yeah, he's ridiculous. And there was a story that came out earlier this week that they could actually look at him being the backup, which I think is ridiculous.
Dude, absolutely not. You know, Martin Mayhew's just saying that to give people something to talk about, and we're not going to talk on that because there's just nothing there. He's just talking. And if he's not and he's serious, shame on you, Mayhew, dude. You need to reevaluate your life.
So realistically, there's no free agents out there that we could go and get to light that fire.
Oh, I know a couple.
There's Brian Hoyer, but Brian Hoyer doesn't want to come in and be back up. He wants to go somewhere. He wants to try and start. And I don't really like Brian Hoyer. He's a Michigan State guy. I love Michigan State, but he's not going to come in. He's not going to be the savior to our problems. So that really...
Brian Hoyer sucks.
Our best option is going to be the draft. So there's a few guys out there. I mentioned it last week. There's Brett Hundley from UCLA.
So great.
I think he ran a pro-style offense at UCLA. I think he's the most ready to come in and actually light that fire. Some other options, you got Sean Mannion from Oregon State. You know, he's another small kid like Kellen Moore.
And he's got a noodle for an arm.
The one kid that I do like, I saw him in the combine, and he looked ridiculous. Ooh. And you write this name down.
Well, if he's ridiculous and he looks ferocious, he's going to be drafted before the Lions.
He's not.
In the 6th round.
It's Cody Fajardo from.
I can't spell that, dude. You want me to write that down?
Cody Fajardo from Nevada.
Cody Fajardo. Write that down. Yeah, let me get on that. I'm going to write Cody Fajardo down on a piece of paper. Remember that you said that.
He ran the pistol at Nevada, and he's a similar quarterback to Kaepernick. He doesn't have the same physical gift that Colin Kaepernick had, but he had...
Here, how about this? I'll write down Oregon State QB.
Close to 2,500 yards passing, 18 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, which I don't like the 11 interceptions, but he also had over 1,000 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns. I think this is a guy that the Lions has never drafted, and it could be an option where we go out and we try and find something different.
Cody Fajardo. I heard they're going out and drafting Skylar Vegeta.
It's over 9,000!
Yeah, you gotta love Ginyu.
So the Lions, as always, are a mystery. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got Tigers pitching, Red Wings, and our very first edition of Length or Girth.
Yes, we do on Motor City Sports Rant, Detroit Sports Podcast.com. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, fellas. This has been very interesting to listen to. I'm enjoying your guys' podcast very much. Comes out every Monday. To support these guys, to support the Detroit Sports Podcast Network, check out our website, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Couple ways to support the network. You can go to the website, DetroitSportsPodcast.com, click through the Amazon banner, free and easy way to support us. All you do your online shopping through Amazon, you pick up on great deals, you click through the Amazon banner from our website, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. You bookmark it, and every time you make a purchase, they kick us back a little something, and it helps keep the boys, helps keep Doc and Jock, helps keep the Motor City Rant program on the internet airwaves. So to support us, the free and easy way, go to DetroitSportsPodcast.com, bookmark the Amazon banner, click through the banner links. It's the free and easy way to support us. If you also want to contribute for $1 a month through PayPal, ultra secure, you can support us and help keep this show, help keep us on the air. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Jarvi the King and Stubbs love doing these podcasts. Help us stay on the internet. Help keep us going every single week. We love doing this, and we can't do it without your support. We greatly appreciate it. DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it, by the way.
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em, Tiger. World Series bound.
It's starting to get a little bit warmer outside.
No, it's not.
It's gone from about 4 to 14. And
When I walk outside, my wiener still goes from an inch to a millimeter. I mean, within seconds.
You're really weird.
That drop is really out of control.
The Tigers, they're in Lakeland, and spring training is well underway now.
Yeah.
And the big issue that everybody's going to look at this year is going to be Tigers pitching.
Yeah, the bullpen.
So you think the bullpen's the big issue? What about the starters?
You got to rely on... I want to blow Verlander, but I can't. So I'm going to go towards Price, Sanchez, if he could stay healthy, and Shane Green. I think Shane Green is pretty much the same guy as Rick Porcello. I don't know, dude.
So I'm going to tell you why the starters aren't going to be the main issue this year.
Yes, no, they're not. The bullpen is going to be the main issue.
Well, here's why I don't think pitching is really going to be a gigantic issue. So let's take a look at these numbers. And so David Price, do you think we can expect 18 wins from that guy?
Yes.
Justin Verlander, Anibal Sanchez, do you think we can expect 15 wins from each of those guys at least?
I think Verlander's going to win probably 14 games, and I think Sanchez will go out and get 16. Hopefully.
Okay, so that's even. So, and then between Alfredo Simon, Shane Green, and whoever else we come up to do spot starts, do you think we can get at least 16 wins from those guys?
Yeah, I think Alfredo Simon's going to get about 12 wins, and I think if you put my balls on the table, I'm going to go ahead and say that what's his nuts gets about 14, Shane Green.
So, I mean, if you're saying that right now, we're in a similar position to where we are last year.
Yeah, I understand that. That's fine. But the bullpen is the main concern. I read an article on the Detroit Free Press. Anthony Fenech, I don't want to be a plagiarist. Dude, he wrote an article on Ian Kroll about how lazy he was last year about working out. I mean, is that a reflection on the manager? I mean, he's going to be in our bullpen. He's going to be a reliever.
I'm not sure if we're actually going to have to rely on him. I think we have...
Who are you going to rely on? Joba Chamberlain?
Joba Chamberlain was a serviceable pitcher.
He was?
He was. In the first half of last year, he was a good pitcher.
Dude, the more his beard...
I'd even say that he was having an all-star year up until the all-star break last year.
Joba sucks. He's finished. No one wanted to touch him. We just signed him for a
Joba Chamberlain turned down more money to come back to the Tigers.
Who wanted to sign him?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? It's almost March, and we just now signed him.
Those are the reports.
Nobody wanted him.
So I think...
The Colorado Rockies could have signed him.
Yeah, they could have, but
they didn't.
He chose to come back with the Tigers.
Yeah, of course, because they're a contender.
So
and he wants to reap the benefits of playing for a winning team, and he's not going to produce.
We're going to get enough out of our bullpen.
Oh, dude, because I don't think so.
Al Albuquerque.
Okay.
Luke Putkinen.
What is that?
Rondon Zone.
Oh, what?
Let's hope that if he stays healthy.
You threw Luke Putkinen in my face.
What about the Rondon Zone? That's where I was.
Bruce Rondon?
Yeah.
He gets hurt every year.
What if he stays healthy,
He throws a fit and blows his shoulder out.
What if he stays healthy? I know.
The sky's the limit, I guess.
I heard that Jack Adam Szynski make the prediction that his arm was going to literally fall off and hit Alex Avila in the head.
Is that what he said?
Game. He did. He said that.
I like
that's
him
his prediction.
Okay.
Joe Nathan, Joba Chamberlain.
Joe Nathan. No.
He's only 1 year removed from being a good pitcher.
Dude, 1 year. I don't care if he's a day removed from being a good pitcher. He's removed from being a good pitcher.
So clearly you're an up and down guy.
I'm not up and down.
It's about what he did recently for me.
Wait, recently? He's 38 years old, 39 years old.
How old was Mariano Rivera when he...
Dude, don't even try to compare. That's like trying to compare AIDS to herpes. You messed around, you got a herpes on your sack, it's devastating, your life might be over, but you're not going to die. I mean, AIDS is a big deal, and that's what you're comparing it to. So you compared Joe Nathan to Mariano Rivera.
I wasn't comparing. I was comparing
just
the age.
Giggled like 5 years ago. But now, no, come on, you can't do that.
So who do you see as the legitimate closer for this team?
Joaquin Soria.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I don't know, because I guess it really affects the pitcher's mind. If Joe Nathan can't get it done, then at the All-Star break, you got to see what you can throw out there as trade bait. If you can't get anything... Listen, Dave Dombrowski's going to do his thing. He's very intelligent. The scary thing is Illich's health's on the decline, dude, and they keep getting rid of big-name guys, dude, and they're starting to dwindle a little bit. You see a pattern there? It's really starting to get me nervous, dude. So I don't know what to expect. But Luke Pekonen, Kyle Lobstein, Buck Farmer, who the hell are these guys?
Ryan Perry, we just signed him again.
That's the best drop I ever heard. Who?
Ryan Perry, former first round.
Oh my God!
pick.
Yeah, they traded into the Philadelphia Phillies. I remember Ryan Perry.
Yeah, we got him back now.
Ryan Perry. I haven't seen him in like 6 years. Ryan Perry.
Well, I think if he stays healthy, I think Bruce Rondon should get a chance this year to see if he can be a legitimate closer. The guy throws heat.
He looks like Bulbasaur off of Pokemon.
I choose you!
Yeah, maybe he'll do a vine whip and get a strikeout.
He needs to do something because it's getting really ridiculous.
Oh boy,
Rondon, stop.
We've definitely devolved into Pokemon talk now,
dude. But I'm serious. But the bullpen is scary. I mean, I'm reading articles or players are lazy. Oh, they're signing Joba Chamberlain. He looks like a furniture mover.
Well, he shaved the beard at least.
He shaved it, but it's really bad.
This year, though, we're really going to have to rely on our starters. It's going to be Verlander. It's going to be Price, Sanchez. Hopefully, we can get 6-7 innings out of Simon and Green every outing.
I think Shane Green's going to surprise you a little bit.
Definitely. I think Green and Simon are both going to be surprising.
I think Dombrowski knows what he's doing, dude. I'm not trying to discredit the guy. I'm just kind of pissed off. And excuse me for being pissed off.
I do excuse you for being pissed off. So let's move to the other Illich team, the Detroit Red Wings. They got about 20 games left, and they're currently sliding between the 5th and 7th spot.
Right.
And unless we're looking at the biggest collapse of all time in any sport, they're not going to miss the playoffs.
No, they're not going to miss the playoffs.
And right now, they're looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning at a 4-5 matchup.
Yeah.
And I mean, what does this do for you? We're going up against Steve Yzerman. We're currently 0-2 against them.
Yeah.
But we still got 2 more games to play against them. How do you think that they're going to...
Red Wings?
Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to take too much out of the regular season, dude. I think they're I wouldn't say they're overachieving necessarily, but they're shocking me. I mean, they're 34, 15, and 11. That's pretty good, dude. And once you get into the playoffs, I mean, the sky's the limit. Anything goes. And I noticed a trend with the Red Wings. Once they get in the playoffs, dude, they take care of business.
Yeah.
I don't think they got the stars to go very far in the playoffs, but I could see them, maybe getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I have to disagree with you. I think the Wings can match up with anyone.
Maybe you're right.
Against Tampa Bay, and really against any team, like a Tampa Bay or a Pittsburgh, you got to take out that top guy. You got to have somebody else other than Steven Stamkos beat us. Right. For the Pittsburgh, you got to make somebody besides Sidney Crosby or Evgeny Malkin beat us. Another great thing about the playoffs, we don't have to worry about the shootout.
Yeah, I mean...
Jimmy Howard can just go out there, do his thing, and during regular play, the guy's lights out. He may give up some bad rebounds every once in a while. Jimmy Howard.
Oh, Jimmy Howard.
He may give up some bad rebounds every once in a while, but the guy's lights out.
How much time's left on his contract? Jimmy Howard.
Forever. The guy's going to be a Wing for life.
Oh, dude.
No doubt.
Well, I mean, I think they're in good position to take care of business in the playoffs. I mean, like John, Thomas Tatar he's a decent left wing. 24 goals, 21 assists. That's pretty good, dude.
Definitely.
So the sky's the limit for the Red Wings, dude. When the playoffs, are you going to watch the game tonight against Nashville?
Definitely.
Dude, Nashville's ferocious. 41, 14-7. First in the Central Division with 89 points. Nashville, 10 more points than the Red Wings.
Nashville's like the little brother to the Red Wings.
If they take care of their power plays against the Red Wings and Philip Forsberg does his job, the Wings are in for a night of some serious, serious trouble. Isn't it in Nashville?
I think so. Well, I think the bigger issue with the Red Wings right now is Henrik Zetterberg. The dude got cold cocked, and now he's got head issues. They're not confirming if it's a concussion or not, but with head issues, you're not sure how long it's going to be. I mean, he could be back in a few days. He could be out for the rest of the year. I mean, you see a guy like Johan Franzen. That guy he's a bag of pucks right now. He probably doesn't even know what his name is.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
For any chance for the Wings to make a deep run in the playoffs, they absolutely need Henrik Zetterberg. The guy takes away the top guys on everybody they play. I mean, I remember watching them in the series against the Blackhawks where he just shut down Jonathan
Where they were up 3-1 and lost?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know what I predicted that? They were up 3-1 and everybody in Detroit was shaking their ass, talking smack. I go, dude, the Red Wings are going to lose this round. I got a feeling in my bones, dude. And everybody's like, you're crazy, dude. And they lost.
The one good thing about Hank, though, is that when he does come back, he's a guy who he's going to step on the ice and there's not going to be any lag time. He's going to come back and he's going to be the Henrik Zetterberg that we know and love.
Yeah. I wouldn't look too far into it. It doesn't matter what seed they get as long as it's 8 or something. I mean, they're not going to slide that drastic. I mean, who cares? Wait till the playoffs come around, dude.
But it's no doubt that we need him to make any kind of run. So now it's time for our first edition of length or girth.
Yes!
Vinny, do you want to give some background on this?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, length or girth, it was initially called length and girth, and we were going to name it for our show. But Doc and Jock thought it would be a bad idea to do so. So what we did, we took it upon ourselves to turn it into like a 10-minute segment of length or girth. What it is length is long-term and girth is short-term. So with that, Jason, length or girth, are you ready for the first edition of Length
I am
or
ready.
Girth?
I'm excited.
Okay, for our first question ever, length or girth? Jarvi, the king, Reggie Jackson's future with the Pistons, go.
Unfortunately, I think we got length on this one.
Oh!
I think the guy, we don't know what he is yet. I think he still could prove to be a great player.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, from what the Pistons have already said, they said that they're going to give him that contract. And unless we're going to sign him and then trade him,
$15 million.
We're probably going to be looking at this guy as our point guard. And Brandon Jennings, unfortunately, would be on the way out. I wouldn't like that. I'd love to have Brandon Jennings be the heart and soul of our team, because it really looked like he had turned a corner and he was putting this team on his back.
Yeah.
But unless somehow we can fit Jennings and Jackson on the court at the same time, we're probably going to be seeing Jennings out the door.
Well, the thing is, I think we got to play it out to see what's going on. But I think the only reason that Stan Van Gundy got Reggie Jackson was because of the Achilles tear to Brandon Jennings' Achilles.
No doubt.
I hate your Achilles, Brandon Jennings. I'm going to go girth right now. After what I seen last night, the guy is a ball hog. When he scores X amount of points, they lose frequently. The guy just refuses to pass the ball, dude. Extreme ball hog. Girth. Anibal Sanchez, the 2015 season. The guy gets hurt every single year, it seems like, right?
Yep.
Will he play an entire 162 games in the 2015 MLB season?
Well, I think that's hard to say because pitchers don't play 162 games.
I understand. Is he going to get... Come on, dude. Is he going to go on the DL at all this year, do you think? What do you think?
No
Length
doubt.
or girth?
I think it's going to be... Well, I guess I'd go girth because there's no way he's going to make it through the whole season.
Yeah.
He's going to have something with his elbow or something with his hamstring where he tweaks it modern day. He might be on the 10-day DL, but it's still going to be the DL. I mean, and that's when we're going to have to rely on guys.
How many... Do you think he's going to go on like a 45-day DL?
I don't think 45-day
30?
DL. No.
15?
I think 15.
That's a little bump on your
15-day
knee.
DL.
That's okay.
I mean, and that's hopefully. I think he had longer DL stints this year. He may have multiple 10 or 15-day DL stints, but I'm hoping that he can at least last the whole season.
Sanchez.
And give us close to 15 wins.
Sanchez, you got to get more than 15 wins. I'm really going to punch you in the face. All right, last but not least, Jarvi the King. Joba Chamberlain, your boyfriend, signs a 1-year deal with the Detroit Tigers. Will he be a part of the clubhouse the entire 2015 season? Or will he be sent down length or girth?
I think he'll be with us the whole season. I mean, the guy, he proved last year he can be a good reliever. He was awesome the first half of the season. He definitely, I think the beard kind of weighed him down a little bit in the second half of the season.
Dude, don't even think about growing it out.
Exactly, and he came in, he shaved it off.
Shave it!
So it's all good.
Shave your life away.
I think he's going to be with us the whole year. I mean, he'd have to be really bad for us to send down.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that happening. I think he's a veteran. I think he could be a presence in the locker room and could help some of those younger pitchers.
Listen, you know what's really sad? I'm going to go length too. It's going to be bad. He's not going to produce a lot, dude. His ERA might be higher than a panhandler. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very good. And I agree with you, length. He's going to play the entire year. I mean, we're looking at an ERA at like 6. He's going to give up a lot of runs, dude. He's going to go... It's not going to be pretty. Hopefully it's girth. Hopefully some guys step up in that clubhouse, dude, and some prospects really get it together.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great to have. It would be nice to see Buck Farmer or Kyle Lapstein be able to come and be a great stretch guy who can eat up innings when inevitably Anibal Sanchez or Alfredo Simon have to leave in the 5th inning.
I don't know, dude. Put Simon in the bullpen. Get rid of Joba Chamberlain. I don't care. But that was our very first edition of Length or Girth. Motor City Sports Rant.
Great stuff.
Courtesy of Detroit
That's
Sports
unbelievable.
Podcast. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Doc, can I do it again?
Hey, that's unbelievable.
No.
All right, so some of the big news that will be coming soon is, are the Lions going to franchise Ndamukong Suh, or are they just going to let him run his course in free agency? And I think Ndamukong Suh is a game changer. He had a good season this year. He ate up the middle of the line, and you can't replace that. Franchise, no franchise. If I'm the Lions, a smart person would not franchise Ndamukong Suh. And hopefully you can negotiate a deal with him, get a long term. You're going to have to pay him one of the largest contracts in history, but at least it wouldn't be $27 million for 1 year. Because I think if you franchise him, regardless if it's the exclusive or the non-exclusive tag, I think if you franchise him, he's not going to go anywhere, because that puts all the power for Ndamukong Suh. If you, as a smart business person, you don't franchise him, because as soon as you do that, Ndamukong Suh sits back and goes, well, I got $27 million. Why would I go anywhere and pay for less minutes?
Especially when you're playing for them.
Exactly.
They're a contender now.
A smart person would not franchise. Hope that you have enough on your team that you proved a lot last year, that the defense got great with Terrell Austin, and that we got a good thing going, and hopefully we can make something work. What do you think, Vinny?
Dude, this is dragging out. They're going to tag him, dude.
Unfortunately, I think that's what's going to happen.
They're going to tag him. They're that stupid. They don't trust their own instincts to go out there and draft guys and develop them into really solid NFL professional football players. They're going to tag this monster. $27 million. You can scream Sue all you want at Ford Field, dude. You're not going to be able to sign a lot of guys or do anything for a long time. You tag this guy, forget it. You offer him a contract of 1 more year, dude. Here, just sign 1 year. $15 million. 1 year. Look how close you are to winning, dude. Go 1 year, 15. 1 more year, dude. Come on.
He's not going to sign a 1 year, $50 million contract.
That sucks. You got to go. We cannot. They're going to tag him. They're going to tag him, dude, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the Lions.
And then he's going to leave. And they're going to win 9. They're going to win 7 to 9 games next year. So it's not even going to matter. You think they're going to win 11 games again? You think they're going to win 10 games?
Definitely.
Their schedule looks pretty
with
easy.
Suit. So I think if we franchise him, he's gonna leave because he can test the waters. But I think, and regardless, if you can put the non-exclusive tag on him, which that would let other teams try and negotiate a deal with him,
dude, I'd rather
and then let us match that. But even if we do that, why would he do it?
I'd rather spray tag body spray on myself than franchise tag and Ndamukong Suh.
Well, unfortunately, we don't run the line.
Oh, that bastard's gonna get $27 million and get 7 sacks next year.
Most likely.
Dude. And then Fairley's gone? How the hell are you going to re-sign DeAndre Levy the following season? If Sue gets tagged. Martin Mayhew, I would like to talk to him. Him and Tom Luan are just like sitting back, like drinking like the fruitiest drink you can think of, and they're not even sweating this. They're not even thinking hard about it. They're going to tag the dude. Don't tag him. Listen to me. Do not tag Sue, dude. It's not going to be cool if you do. Dude, you cannot franchise tag Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, hey,
I will punch a hole in the wall if they franchise tag Ndamukong Suh.
Hey, let's write Allen Park. It's if we can get them to let us be the general managers, then yeah, we won't franchise tag Sue. But I think it's inevitable. It's just gonna happen.
They're that dumb of a franchise.
Unfortunately,
dude, they're gonna tag the dude.
And it's unfortunate that we live in a city where we have to.
It's going to be. They just want to. They just want to sell tickets, dude. I think that's really what it boils down to.
Well, that's what everything boils down to.
It's all money. I understand that, but if you got to put a winning. They thought because they won 11 games under Jim Caldwell's tenure. You know what happens? I've done some studying on Jim Caldwell during his tenure on any team he's ever coached. He always succeeds his first year, and then his wins dwindle each season until he finally gets fired. Colts. Peyton Manning, 14-2. Next year, 10-6. The next year, 2-14. Dude, went to Baltimore. Who'd they fire?
Cameron.
They fired Cam, your boy, the offensive coordinator for Jim Caldwell. They won the Super Bowl that year. The next year, what did they do? Nothing. It got his ass fired. He got fired from Baltimore for being an offensive coordinator, and then the Lions signed him as head coach. I was so pissed, dude, but he did really good, so I can't be mad at him anymore. But look for next year for him to go 7-9 because that's what his numbers show, dude. And then you got Joe Lombardi as your head coach. The offensive line is not producing. It's not doing anything. Matt Stafford had 18 turnovers last year. Sorry.
Oh, glad you got that one right. But we're gonna have to wait a couple months to see exactly what happens with this team.
What do you mean? They're gonna go 7-9. Even with that easy schedule.
That remains to be seen.
You can sue all you want, dude.
Sue.
Dude.
So.
Let's do it.
So.
There we go. There we go. Oh, my God.
Hold on a second, guys. Before you wrap up, I do got to, I was listening.
Stitcher.
I'm very curious to get your opinion on one subject, a subject that could be potentially the biggest news in the NFL for the entire season.
Jock might get mad at you.
No. Des Bryant, potential video from Walmart. What do you think it could be? It's something potentially explosive. Adam Schefter said he's been working on it since September. What would you guys want to see on it? I know for me, I don't want to see no domestic violence.
What the hell are you talking about?
Des Bryant.
He rocked somebody's jaw?
He didn't punch anybody.
Des Bryant, there's rumors going around that there's a quote-unquote bad video of Des Bryant. What do you think? Relations with a woman on tape?
You know what it is?
What would you want to see on it?
I already know what it is.
What is it?
From my personal experience from going to Walmart, he's standing in line, and everybody in there has an IQ of a dead man. And they're just standing around. And they're speaking a language that I never heard before in my life. And I'm just standing there going, really? Des Bryant walked in there. He probably just got done smoking a blunt, and he was pissed. And he goes, F this, and probably threw like some chips down or something. He threw a chip rack down. That's exactly what happened.
Now, Jason, it was in the parking lot. Allegedly, something went down in the parking lot, and either it was a cell phone, because I think Walmart's denying that there was anything going on their cameras, on their security cameras. So someone has potentially something on a cell phone camera that could be quote unquote very bad for Des Bryant. What would you want to see on it?
It's probably Des Bryant running onto the field without his helmet on and not getting a flag called on him.
Yeah. And the cops came and picked it up, the flaggage.
Yeah.
Imagine if he's
that's literally what happened.
That's probably exactly what happened.
The girl got dragged from a car, and then he shows up to the scene, and they take the police report, and they're like, "Oh, it was just a verbal altercation."
He probably bumped into a cart and got out of his car and started talking buffoonish.
So you guys are PG. What if he's having relations with like a player's wife or something?
Wouldn't that be
awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be kind of cool.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I would do it, dude. If I was Des Bryant. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Des Bryant. Dude, you got to stop crying, dude. It's getting ridiculous.
Dude, until it comes out, this is a total non-story for me.
I literally don't care. Bottom line, they're going to tag Sue. I'm going to cry. No Ray Rice. Offensive line is going to be worse than it was last year. 7-9. And there's going to be a lot of crying.
So the world is ending, and we're going to have to end this show right now. Yeah. It's been great. This is the second episode of Motor City Sports Rant.
Yeah.
And for Vinny Stubbs, I'm Jason Jarvi. And we will see you next week.
Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Okay, nice, idiot. You. Bye-bye.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Loser.